yesterday saying about how we were frustrations and inefficiency of how we were tracking things, and the spreadsheet's a good way to go. In terms of cleaning things up, I've hidden away all the dross from before. I mean, it's great to cut and paste in notes, but without any sort of curation and structure, it's kind of just a cut and paste notepad of things that have been said in emails. So what I'm trying to get to is a much more curated list of actions and status. So I've hidden away the previous lines. David, if you want to go through there and just extract it into some sense, that'd be fine, but I think it's just out of date now, so there's not a lot of point. I've titled this one Description, and I've made a note here, please add any context to ensure the description makes sense, and cutting a line out of an email is not enough. So in here, if the problem is if these don't make any sense, we have to have a call in order to discuss it, in order to understand it, and really these should stand alone. If these things don't make sense, if we can't explain what the issue is, it's probably a bit late to start having calls about it to try and understand what these mean. So if these can stand alone as descriptions, that would be really helpful with sufficient amount of context to understand it. And then this next column here is status, and in the status I'll generally expect who the next action lies with, who we are waiting for, and if it's blocked. So generally I'd be looking in a list to see what's blocked and is there anything that's blocked, and who do we need to give a kick up the bum to get it unblocked. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to see here. And then the status, this description status is brief, who's the action with and what the status is. And I can, if you've got a version here, I guess version is quite helpful. And then I've got a column in here for the estimate by Lindsay. So although we're tracking two things in here, we're tracking actions and features, I think that's okay. We can put it on one list, it's fine. We just need to be a bit more disciplined about how we curate these things. Otherwise it just becomes a dumping list for pasting things in. So I'm tidying this up as I go. I hope the structure makes sense to you guys. I guess what we're trying to do, the output of this is we're trying to get some, situational clarity of who's doing what and what status it is. Here, for example, we're away Alex, so we don't have to have a meeting to find out that I've done this and Alex we're waiting for that. So until I get that, I can't do estimates for these, obviously, and I'll continue to clean this up a little bit, but I hope that makes sense.